In this video, we explain Volt 476's output routing and show you how to use these outputs in different common scenarios. Volt 476 has 3 pairs of physical outputs on the back panel. These output pairs are named monitor left and right, line outputs 1 and 2, and line outputs 3 and 4. Additionally, Volt 476 features a stereo headphone output on the front that mirrors the signal sent to the monitor outputs. Audio can be routed to the 4 line outputs from your recording software. Volt 476 has 4 monitor source buttons on the top panel that let you choose which signals are routed to the monitor and headphone outputs. By pressing the Out 1, 2 button, any signal that is sent to the outputs 1 and 2 from your recording software will be heard through the monitor and headphone outputs. By pressing the Out 3, 4 button, any signal sent to the outputs 3 and 4 will be heard through the monitor and headphone outputs. Note that one of these buttons must be enabled to hear computer playback through the monitor and headphone outputs. By pressing the In 1, 2 and/or In 3, 4 buttons, you can enable direct monitoring for the corresponding inputs to hear them through the monitor and headphone outputs without latency. Direct monitoring on Volt 476 is stereo by default, or you can press the mono button to hear your input sources in mono. Note that when direct monitoring is enabled, inputs are only heard through the monitor and headphone outputs and not through the 4 line outputs. When recording, the most common configuration is to have the Out 1, 2 button enabled to hear playback from your recording software, and then to use the input source buttons to hear your connected microphones or instruments without latency. While mixing, Volt 476's flexible output routing can be used to quickly reference a second mix to compare it to your own. To set this up, send the master channel in your recording software to outputs 1 and 2, then press the Out 1, 2 button on Volt to hear the signal through the monitor and headphone outputs. Next, import your reference mix to a stereo track in your recording software and route the track to outputs 3 and 4. Now you can quickly switch between your mix and the reference mix using the Out 1, 2 and Out 3, 4 buttons. Volt 476 can also be used in a live situation to send 6 separate signals to the front-of-house mixer. In this example, you can use your audio software to route 2 stereo or 4 mono tracks to Volt's 4 line outputs for sending backing tracks, click tracks, or anything else to the mixer. The Out 1, 2 and Out 3, 4 buttons should not be pressed, so that these signals are only heard through their corresponding line outputs and not through the monitor outputs. Now press the In 1, 2 button and the microphones or instruments connected to the inputs 1 and 2 will be sent to the monitor outputs. When the mono button is not activated, input 1 will be sent to the left monitor output and input 2 will be sent to the right monitor output. This setup allows you to process your live input signals using the vintage preamp and/or 76 compressor before sending them to the front-of-house mixer along with the 4 other outputs from your audio software.